Hey guys, Berger here with MVP Paintball. Welcome to this week's Tech Tuesday, where we talk about Valken Paintballs. Alright guys, so it doesn't matter if you've played for 10 years or if it's your first weekend playing, everybody has to shoot one of these little balls at somebody. That's how you eliminate people in paintball. So today we're going to go over some of the basics. So the way a paintball works is when it hits you and breaks, the shell shattering dissipates that energy and it hurts less. So you want kind of a brittle paint, but if it's too brittle of a paint, it's just going to break in your barrel. If it bounces, it's going to hurt a little bit more just because it doesn't dissipate that energy in the shell breaking. So you always want to test it, just make sure it's a decently brittle shell. Alright, so one of the questions that we get asked pretty frequently is, what are paintballs made out of? Back in the old days, they used to be made out of fish oil. They stained everything. Nowadays, everything is biodegradable, eco-friendly, non-staining. So let's start with the shell. It's a gelatin shell. It's made on an encapsulation machine. And there's two dies that come over and they kind of cut into a ribbon of gelatin. And you can kind of see a seam on here where it goes from green to white. That's actually the two halves of the gelatin coming in, and then paint's injected as it goes by it. The fill is called PEG, polyethylene glycol. It's the inert ingredient in a lot of medicines and stuff like that. You can actually buy it in powder form at CVS and any drugstore really. And it kind of dries to a powder. Your standard paintball size is 68 caliber. Now you can find them in 43 and 50 caliber sizes, but almost all paintball fields use 68 caliber. Now just because it's 68 caliber doesn't mean it's exactly 68 caliber. I have an Exalt paintball size gauge here, and what I like to do is I like to take a couple of balls out of the bags and I test to see what size it goes into, because by sizing it you're going to get an accurate sizing and you can get your barrel to match that size. So this is a 6, 7, 8. Another way that you can do it is by taking your barrel, placing the ball in the back of it, and blowing through. If when you go to blow through it, it doesn't come out, it's too big. The paintball's too big, so you want to go with a bigger bore size in your barrel. If it just rolls right out of it, you want to go with a little bit smaller of a size. So one of the nice things about having a PEG fill is that it dries to a powder. They're biodegradable, eco-friendly, completely food grade. You can take one of these, pop it in your mouth, chew it up and swallow it. It's not going to hurt you. They do not taste good. I don't recommend doing it, but you're more than welcome to. So when these break on clothing or anything, you can just wash it in your regular wash and it comes out of everything. That's one of the great things about it. So I'm going to demonstrate here. I'm going to break one open. And then I'm going to dry up some of the paint just so you can kind of see what I mean by drying to a powder. I mean, obviously I can't get it all up because it's in there, but this right here is just PEG. Once that water evaporates, it's just going to be a powder. That concludes this week's Tech Tuesday. We hope that you learned something. If you'd like to learn something else, drop us a comment, let us know what you'd like to see next. Hit that like, subscribe to us, make sure you hit the notification buzzer.
2 hours later.
Mitch walked away. He doesn't know about this until he sees it later. And I looked over at the notes. Mother. They are